What if I told you that one common vegetable could be why your erections are weakening, your prostate is growing, and your energy is dropping after 60? You probably wouldn't expect the very food everyone calls healthy could be stealing your manhood. For generations, people understood the connection between specific plant compounds and male vitality, a traditional wisdom that our modern medicine is just now beginning to rediscover and prove. Recent studies now confirm certain vegetables contain hidden compounds that disrupt hormones in older men, something 90% of seniors are completely unaware of. I'm Dr. Sarah, and I want to share important information about these hidden food traps that could make a real difference in your daily life and vitality. Subscribe now because this information combines research with practical wisdom every man over 60 should know. Before we dive in, tell me, where are you watching from today? If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe for more powerful health insights. Thank you for sharing where you're watching from in the comments. I love connecting with viewers from across the country who are taking charge of their health after 60. Now, before we dive into these 4 problematic vegetables and the 4 powerhouse alternatives that could change everything for you, let me give you a quick roadmap of what we'll cover today. First, I'll explain why certain vegetables that seem healthy can actually work against your body after 60. Second, I'll share the 4 specific vegetables research shows you should discuss limiting with your doctor. And third, I'll reveal the 4 scientifically backed vegetables that can help restore blood flow, support hormone balance, and protect your prostate naturally. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Your body at 65 is like a vintage car that's been lovingly maintained for decades. Just as that classic car needs premium fuel and specialized care different from what it needed when it was new, your body's nutritional needs have evolved too. The foods that served you well at 30 might not be the best choices now that your hormones, circulation, and metabolism have naturally changed. This isn't about your body failing you. It's about understanding that as we age, our bodies process certain plant compounds differently. Think of it this way: your digestive system, liver, and hormonal pathways have become more refined, more selective. They need the right nutrients in the right forms to function optimally. I see this every day when I work with patients and their doctors. Men who come to me wondering why they feel tired, why their energy dips in the afternoon, or why they're not feeling as confident as they used to. Often, we discover together that some of the healthy foods they've been eating are actually working against their body's current needs. The key word here is current. What worked at 40 might not work at 70, and that's completely normal. My role is to help you and your healthcare team understand these changes so you can make informed choices that support your vitality. The vegetable paradox. Why healthy isn't always healthy. After 60. Here's what happens in your body after 60 that changes everything. 3 key systems need your attention: hormone balance, blood flow, and inflammation control. Your hormone system works like a carefully balanced scale. On one side, you have testosterone, your vitality hormone. On the other side, you have estrogen. When you're younger, testosterone heavily outweighs estrogen. But as you age, testosterone naturally declines while your body becomes more sensitive to estrogen-like compounds. Even small amounts can tip that delicate balance. Your circulation system is like your home's plumbing. The pipes that were smooth and flexible at 30 have naturally developed some rough spots by 60. This means your body needs more support to keep blood flowing freely to all the right places. Certain foods can help open those pathways, while others can restrict them further. Your inflammation response is like your body's security system. When you're younger, it's quick and efficient. After 60, it can sometimes get stuck in alert mode, causing ongoing inflammation that affects everything from joint comfort to nerve sensitivity. The beautiful thing is, the right foods can support all 3 systems working with your body's wisdom, not against it. But first, let me share which common vegetables might be working against you. 4 vegetables to reconsider and discuss with your doctor. The soybean challenge. When heart healthy meets hormone reality. Let me tell you about Robert, a 68-year-old retired teacher I worked with alongside his physician. Robert had been following what he thought was a heart-healthy diet for years, including tofu scrambles for breakfast and edamame as afternoon snacks. His doctor had recommended soy for cholesterol management, which made sense from that perspective. But Robert came to me because despite his healthy eating, he felt increasingly tired and noticed his confidence wasn't what it used to be. His wife Helen, married to him for 42 years, gently mentioned he seemed less energetic than usual. When I coordinated with his medical team, we discovered something important. While soy can indeed support heart health, it contains natural compounds called phytoestrogens that can mimic estrogen in the body. For Robert, whose testosterone levels were already naturally declining with age, these plant estrogens were tipping his hormonal balance even further. Working with his doctor, Robert gradually reduced his soy intake while maintaining his heart-healthy approach through other foods. Within 6 weeks, Robert noticed his afternoon energy returning. His doctor was pleased with his continued cardiovascular markers, while Robert felt more like himself again. Today, Robert still follows his heart-healthy plan, but chooses other protein sources, feeling both energetic and confident. Here's what you need to know. Phytoestrogens aren't dangerous, but for men over 60 dealing with natural testosterone decline, they can add to the challenge. Your doctor knows your specific hormone picture best and can help you decide if reducing soy intake makes sense for your situation. The canned beet trap. When processing destroys the magic, fresh beets are absolutely wonderful for circulation. They're packed with natural nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide, the molecule that relaxes your blood vessels and improves blood flow everywhere it matters. But here's where it gets interesting. The form matters tremendously. Frank, a 75-year-old former accountant, thought he was doing everything right. He'd read about beets supporting circulation, so he was eating canned pickled beets with lunch every day. His wife Carol would pack them in his lunch when he volunteered at the local library. Frank came to me because despite his circulation-supporting diet, he was still having cold hands and feet, and his energy wasn't what it should be. When I worked with his healthcare team, we discovered 2 problems. First, the canning process destroys most of the delicate nitrates that make beets beneficial. High heat processing breaks down these compounds before they ever reach your body. Second, canned and pickled beets are loaded with sodium. For Frank, whose blood pressure required careful monitoring, this excess sodium was actually constricting his arteries, the exact opposite of what fresh beets would do. His doctor approved switching to fresh roasted beets twice a week. Within a month, Frank noticed warmer hands and more consistent energy throughout his volunteer days. His doctor was pleased with his blood pressure readings, and Frank felt the difference immediately. The lesson here is simple. Fresh or lightly cooked beets support circulation through natural nitrates. Canned versions often work against you through destroyed nutrients and added sodium. Always choose fresh when possible, and if you have kidney concerns, discuss beet consumption with your nephrologist. The nightshade sensitivity, when healthy foods trigger inflammation. This one might surprise you because we're talking about vegetables like eggplant, peppers, and tomatoes, foods generally considered very healthy. And for most people, they absolutely are. But some men over 60 develop sensitivity to compounds called alkaloids found in these nightshade vegetables. Charles, a 70-year-old retired firefighter, loved his wife Margaret's ratatouille. She made it twice a week with fresh eggplant from their garden. Charles had been dealing with unexplained joint stiffness and some numbness in his extremities that his doctors couldn't fully explain through standard tests. Working together with his medical team, we explored whether certain foods might be contributing to inflammation in his system. Charles and his doctor decided to try removing nightshades for 6 weeks to see if it made a difference. The change was remarkable. Charles's joint stiffness improved significantly, and the numbness in his hands and feet reduced noticeably. His doctor was impressed with the results. Today, Charles still enjoys tomatoes and peppers occasionally, but he avoids eggplant, which seemed to be his main trigger. Here's what's important to understand. This isn't a universal rule. If you don't have issues with inflammation, nightshades can be part of a healthy diet. But if you experience unexplained stiffness, joint discomfort, or numbness, an elimination diet under medical supervision can be a valuable diagnostic tool. The alkaloids in nightshades can trigger inflammatory pathways in sensitive individuals. For men over 60, this might show up as joint stiffness or reduced nerve sensitivity, exactly what you don't want for optimal comfort and function. The overcooked cruciferous mistake, destroying nature's detox power. Here's something that shocked me when I first learned it. How you prepare your vegetables is often more important than which vegetables you choose. Broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts are incredibly beneficial for men over 60, but most people destroy their benefits through overcooking. William, a 69-year-old former engineer, was doing everything his urologist recommended for prostate health. He ate broccoli 5 times a week, believing it would help with hormone balance and prostate support. The problem was, William boiled his broccoli until it was soft and grey, about 15 minutes of hard boiling. When I worked with William and his healthcare team, we discovered he was essentially destroying sulforaphane, the powerful compound that makes cruciferous vegetables so beneficial. Sulforaphane helps your liver process excess estrogen, which is crucial for hormone balance in men over 60. But this delicate compound is completely destroyed by overcooking or microwaving. William's doctor was supportive when we suggested changing his preparation method. Instead of boiling, William learned to steam his broccoli for just 3 to 4 minutes until it was bright green and tender crisp. Within 2 months, William felt more energetic, and his doctor noted improvements in his overall wellness markers. The science is clear. Sulforaphane is extremely heat-sensitive. Light steaming preserves this valuable compound, while boiling or microwaving destroys it entirely. To maximize benefits, steam your cruciferous vegetables just until they're bright-colored and slightly tender. I'd love to hear about your experience with any of these vegetables. Have you noticed feeling better or worse when eating them regularly? Share your story in the comments. Your experience helps other viewers learn. 4 powerhouse vegetables to embrace for male vitality. Now, let's talk about the exciting part, the 4 vegetables that research shows can genuinely support your energy, circulation, and confidence after 60. These aren't just theory, these are foods with solid science behind them and real-world results I see consistently. Arugula and fresh beets, the circulation champions. Remember our analogy about your circulation being like your home's plumbing? Well, arugula and fresh beets are like calling in the best plumber in town. These vegetables are absolutely packed with natural nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide, your body's own circulation enhancer. Here's what happens when you eat these foods. Your body takes those nitrates and converts them into nitric oxide, the molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and open wider. This means better blood flow to your heart, your brain, your muscles, and everywhere else that matters for feeling strong and confident. Let me tell you about Tom, a 72-year-old grandfather of 4 who came to me with his cardiologist's blessing. Tom had been dealing with cold hands and feet, and he noticed he didn't have the stamina he wanted for playing with his grandchildren. His heart health was good according to his doctor, but Tom wanted to support his circulation naturally. Working with his medical team, Tom added a handful of arugula to his lunch salad and enjoyed 1 fresh roasted beet 3 times a week. The change was gradual but unmistakable. Within 6 weeks, Tom noticed his hands and feet staying warmer. More importantly, he had the energy to keep up with his 5-year-old grandson at the playground. Tom's cardiologist was pleased with his continued progress, and Tom felt confident that he was supporting his circulation in a natural, healthy way. Today, Tom continues this approach alongside his regular medical care, feeling energetic and vital. Research from respected institutions consistently supports this. The science shows that the nitrates in fresh arugula and beets significantly improve circulation and oxygen delivery in adults over 60. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that antioxidant-rich foods like these help support vascular wellness in older adults. What that means for you is simple. A handful of arugula in your salad or 1 medium-sized fresh roasted beet a few times a week can genuinely support better circulation. You might notice warmer hands and feet, more consistent energy, and better overall vitality. Cooked tomatoes, your prostate's best friend. Here's something that might surprise you. Raw tomatoes are healthy, but cooked tomatoes are absolutely powerful for men over 60. When you cook tomatoes, heat releases a compound called lycopene, which has a special affinity for prostate tissue. Think of lycopene as a protective shield for your prostate. This powerful antioxidant concentrates in prostate tissue, where it helps reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, exactly what you want for long-term prostate health. Richard, a 67-year-old retired postal worker, had been working closely with his urologist for routine prostate monitoring. Richard wanted to know if there was anything he could do nutritionally to support his prostate health between his regular checkups. His urologist encouraged a prostate-supportive diet that included cooked tomatoes. Richard started having tomato sauce with pasta twice a week and enjoyed roasted tomatoes with his weekend breakfast. He always added a drizzle of olive oil, which his doctor explained would help his body absorb the lycopene better. At Richard's next checkup 6 months later, his urologist was pleased with his continued good health. Richard felt confident he was doing everything possible to support his prostate naturally while maintaining his regular medical care. This isn't just wishful thinking. A major analysis from the Harvard School of Public Health, published in Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers Prevention, found that regular intake of cooked tomatoes was associated with significant prostate health benefits. The research involved thousands of men and showed clear, measurable benefits. Here's how to get the most benefit. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of cooked tomatoes each week. A simple tomato sauce, roasted tomatoes, or even tomato soup works perfectly. Always add a healthy fat like olive oil to dramatically boost lycopene absorption. Your body needs fat to properly absorb this valuable compound. Spinach, the testosterone ally that actually works. If there's one vegetable that deserves the title superfood for men over 60, it's spinach. This leafy green is absolutely packed with magnesium, a mineral that plays a crucial role in hormone balance, energy production, and overall vitality. Here's the science, in simple terms. As you age, much of your testosterone gets bound to proteins, making it unavailable for your body to use. Magnesium helps unbind testosterone, increasing the amount of free, active testosterone circulating in your system. More free testosterone means better energy, confidence, and overall vitality. Leonard, a 74-year-old former mechanic, had been dealing with afternoon fatigue that was affecting his woodworking hobby. He'd start a project enthusiastically in the morning but feel drained by lunch. His doctor found his overall health to be good, but Leonard wanted to support his energy levels naturally. As part of a comprehensive wellness plan approved by his doctor, Leonard added fresh spinach to his routine. He had spinach salads for lunch and added spinach to his morning eggs. The change was gradual but very real. Within 8 weeks, Leonard noticed his energy lasting throughout the day. He was finishing woodworking projects that had been sitting incomplete for months. His wife noticed he seemed more like his old self, energetic and engaged. Leonard's doctor was pleased with his overall health improvements during his next visit. The research backing this is solid. A study in biological trace element research followed men aged 65 to 80 who increased their magnesium intake through leafy greens like spinach. The results showed a 10 to 15% increase in free testosterone levels, along with improvements in grip strength and mood. What makes spinach special is how much magnesium it provides in an easily absorbed form. Your body can readily use the magnesium from spinach, unlike some supplements that aren't well absorbed. One important note: spinach is high in vitamin K, which can interact with blood-thinning medications like warfarin. If you're on blood thinners, discuss maintaining a consistent spinach intake with your doctor rather than making sudden changes. The wonderful thing about spinach is how easy it is to include in your routine. Add it to salads, scrambled eggs, or smoothies. Even a couple handfuls several times a week can make a meaningful difference in how you feel. What questions would you ask your doctor about adding these circulation and hormone-supporting vegetables to your routine? Comment below your questions. Help me create better content that addresses what matters most to you. Your evidence-based action plan for vitality. Now let's put this all together into a practical plan you can discuss with your healthcare team. Remember, this isn't about fearing vegetables or making dramatic changes overnight. It's about making strategic upgrades that work with your body's current needs. The science we've covered today points to 3 key pillars for male vitality after 60. Supporting nitric oxide production for better circulation, boosting free testosterone through proper nutrition, and protecting your prostate with targeted antioxidants. Here's your simple action framework. First, consider reducing foods that may challenge your aging body's hormone balance, like excessive soy products and processed vegetables that have lost their nutritional value. Second, increase foods that research shows support your vitality, fresh nitroteric vegetables, lycopene-rich cooked tomatoes, and magnesium-packed leafy greens. Your action plan starts with a conversation with your doctor. Take this information to your next appointment and say, "I'm interested in using nutrition to support my circulation, hormone balance, and prostate health. Based on my current health status and medications, are there any reasons I shouldn't adjust my vegetable choices in these ways?" This collaborative approach ensures you're making changes that complement your medical care, not complicate it. Your doctor knows your complete health picture, your medications, your risk factors, your individual needs. This information gives you both a framework for discussion. Let me share one more story that brings this all together. Daniel, a 68-year-old retired electrician, came to me feeling frustrated. He'd been eating what he thought was a healthy diet, but he wasn't feeling the energy and confidence he wanted. His doctor had given him a clean bill of health, but Daniel knew something was missing. Working together with his healthcare team, Daniel made the adjustments we've discussed today. He reduced his soy intake, switched from canned to fresh beets, learned to properly steam his broccoli, and added arugula salads, cooked tomatoes, and spinach to his weekly routine. The transformation was gradual but unmistakable. Over 3 months, Daniel's energy stabilized throughout the day. His confidence returned. His wife Dorothy noticed he was more engaged and enthusiastic about their retirement activities. Most importantly, Daniel felt like he was actively supporting his health in a way that made sense. Daniel's doctor was pleased with his continued good health and supportive of his nutritional approach. Today, Daniel continues this eating pattern, not as a temporary diet, but as a sustainable way to support his vitality as he ages. If you're considering trying this approach, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the follow-up videos where I'll dive deeper into meal planning and preparation techniques that make this sustainable. The bigger picture, food as medicine after 60. What we've covered today represents a fundamental shift in thinking about nutrition after 60. Instead of following generic healthy eating advice, you're now equipped to make choices based on your body's current needs and the latest research on male health. The beauty of this approach is that it works with your body's natural wisdom. You're not fighting against aging, you're supporting your body's ability to thrive at this stage of life. Every time you choose fresh beets over canned, spinach over excessive soy, or properly steamed broccoli over overcooked vegetables, you're making an investment in your energy, confidence, and long-term vitality. Remember, consistency matters more than perfection. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start with 1 or 2 changes and build from there. Maybe this week, you try fresh arugula in your salads. Next week, you experiment with roasting beets. The following week, you perfect your broccoli steaming technique. Small, consistent changes compound over time. The men who see the best results are those who make gradual adjustments they can sustain, not those who try to change everything at once. Most importantly, remember that you are now an educated partner in your own healthcare. You understand the science behind why certain foods support male vitality after 60. You know which questions to ask your doctor. You have real, actionable information you can implement safely under medical supervision. This knowledge empowers you to take an active role in maintaining your strength, energy, and confidence as you age. That's not just good nutrition, that's good medicine. If this evidence-based approach to nutrition after 60 resonates with you, please subscribe and share this video with any men in your life who might benefit. Together, we can help more men understand how to use food as medicine for vitality and longevity. Next week, I'll be sharing the 3 biggest meal timing mistakes I see men over 60 making that can sabotage even the best food choices. You'll discover the simple timing adjustments that can double the benefits of everything we've discussed today. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss this crucial follow-up information. Until then, remember your health is your most valuable asset, and you now have the knowledge to protect and enhance it through informed nutritional choices. Take this information to your healthcare team, make the changes that make sense for your situation, and start experiencing the vitality you deserve.